Slamdown is sponsored by Body Slam and Jam and WWE Smack Talk. Welcome to another episode of Slamdown Live. Today we're going to be covering everything WWE Smackdown. One thing I want to cover before I actually go into the show itself. As we know, Mike Bennett and Maria Callis-Bennett has been backstage at Smackdown. So I'm wondering if they're in talks with the WWE. And it's a bit funny they're always at Smackdown. You know, we haven't seen, heard about them being at Raw or even NXT. So, if it's true and they have been backstage there, to me, it makes me believe they're going straight into SmackDown, which is quite surprising because we've seen a lot of talents go through NXT first. So, you know, the only ones we really haven't seen go through that process is AJ Styles. So I can't really work out why Mike Bennett would get the straight push to the main Raw start instead of going for NXT because, yeah, he's sort of a big name, but so was the others. You know, Eric Young, Drew Galloway, you know, they were all big names, but they had to go through NXT. So I can't get my head around that. To me personally, I know people say SmackDown's the better brand, but I still believe SmackDown needs more. When I say more, it's... I don't think there's anybody on the Raw star, except for AJ, that could go against Randy Orton and beat Orton. That is one of my issues. I think they really need to look at building either better talent. I don't want to say better because, you know, you got Shinsuke Nakamura and all that, but I think with SmackDown they should be a bit different. I think Randy Orton should be on Raw and they should have more of their sort of Finn Balor. So then you got Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke Nakamura, you know, go sort of that route instead of having the big heavyweight guys. But that's just my own personal opinion on that. I think also there's a lot of way they need to improve. I just hope we don't see John Cena back on SmackDown. Now, the reason I say this, I know John Cena's been there for such a long time and he's such an established talent, but I'd rather see something different than the old guard. I do think that the new guard needs to be pushed now. You know, it's hard to call it because, you know, we know what the WWE are like. We know they mess things up and they don't listen to the fans anymore. And, you know, they've proven that with Roman Reigns. You know, Roman Reigns gets everything he wants while we sit on the back burner. It's the way it's always been. You know, the person that gets the push is the person that sells the most merchandise and stuff like that, not on who's the best wrestler. You know, I know that it's like the whole WWE title at the minute. They've pushed AJ Styles down for the US title, which I can see that. I think AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens will be an excellent match. But it's also, think about this. If Bray Wyatt beats Randy Orton, does that mean that Bray Wyatt's coming back to SmackDown? I think that's another problem with what they've done. It's sort of made things predictable. You know, because with Bray Wyatt being traded to Raw, it would be a bit of a... What's the best word to put this? A bit of a dumbfuck or a clusterfuck if... You know, Bray wins and then he's back on SmackDown. It'll be like, well, hang on a minute. He was traded to Raw. So how can Do you know what I mean? That's the issue. Or will they do it if Bray Wyatt wins the title, Randy Orton goes to Raw, and Bray Wyatt comes back to SmackDown? You know, it's the little things. You know, and it's always been, for me, the little things that the WWE have not done great at, you know, but that's my personal opinion on it, and you know, that's the way I see it. I do think booking wise, well, previously booking wise, SmackDown's been better. The reason I say previously, yeah, because to me, I don't think this was the best SmackDown. I really don't. I think there was a lot of silly booking. And I don't understand why. I don't understand where SmackDown has been so good, how they can mess it up. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you. They've messed it up. You know, it's... Again, it's the little things. You know, they've got so much talent on that roster, and quite a lot of them are being used incorrectly. I've said this for a long time. It's like Apollo Crews. He's an amazing wrestler, and even he was used badly. Like Dolph Ziggler. You know, they keep messing him around. It's like I've said this for a long time, and I mean this. I think Dolph Ziggler would probably be better leaving, sort of like with what Cody Rhodes did. Get him out there, get him doing different things, you know, and then later in the line they could bring him back. But I just don't think WWE is the best place for Dolph Ziggler, because it's like they don't know what they want to do with him. They make him heel. Fans call him heel, they make him heel, and do nothing with him. You know, he's not had a push on a title for a while. He hasn't really done anything, in my opinion, that really sticks out to me. You know, he had the one main title push, that was it, and then dropped off. It's frustrating as a fan. You know, sitting back, watching, seeing how much potential the WWE has got with the roster they've got, and they don't use it correctly. You know, it felt, especially on this show, it felt to me because of because of Charlotte's name is the reason why she got pushed. Because end of the day, I liked it when you had to earn an opportunity. You had to work your way up. You know, that's how it used to be in the olden days. But nowadays is, oh, you was a champion on Raw. Okay, you can have a title shot. Well, hang on a minute. You've got other women on that roster that's been with that company since they've had the draft that haven't had an opportunity yet. You know, wouldn't it be better to go around and say, do you know what? You want to be women's champion? Then you've got to go through the roster. That's the way it should be done. You know, where they have to make their opportunity. And then a couple of months down the line, after she's gone through the female roster, then give her an opportunity at the women's title. That's the way they should do it. One thing that really annoyed me about this show and really pushed me over the edge is bloody use of developmental talent. The squash match. Just why? Why did you put Kevin Owens against a bloke called Gary Grade? You know, Kevin Owens is a dominant wrestler. Make him go against other dominant wrestlers to make him look good. Don't just stick him with a nobody for the sake of it. That's the problem. You know, if the rumours are true and if Mike Bennett was backstage, they could have been clever about this. They could have signed Mike Bennett. They could have had Kevin Owens do the American Open Challenge. Boom, Mike Bennett comes down. The crowd goes, "Oh my God!" So you got the crowd popping. Yes, you let Kevin Owens win the match, but you make it close. And that's what you should be doing. Or you use someone on your card that can have a good match with Owens that makes Owens look brutal. Because to me, that Kevin Owens match is pointless. You know, he's not a new superstar to SmackDown, so it's not someone that needs the lower talent to build up. You know, he's already an established dominant wrestler. He should be going against better wrestlers, not just a squash match. You know, Finn Balor, yeah, I can understand him having squash matches. You know, he's only just made it to the main roster, but Kevin Owens been around the block. To me, I think it was a waste of airtime. And another thing that's going to really bugs me the crap out of me. 6-man challenge or 6-pack challenge. Okay. Now my problem isn't the person that won this. It's the way it's been done. And it bugs the crap out of me. You know, they've just done, I know what? Everyone, I've got it. For number one contender, we'll throw a load of superstars in the ring. We'll do that. Doesn't matter, we've got ages till the pay-per-view, but we'll do that now, yeah? Why? You've got about a month till the pay-per-view. Why don't you build up the number one contender? You know, why has it got to be a 6-pack challenge? I'm getting fed up of this. They've done it before with a 6-pack challenge. I'd have rather seen a couple of one-on-one matches. You know, they could have done, for example, Jinder Mahal taking on Eric Rowan, Sami Zayn taking on Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper taking on Mojo Rawley. They could have done that. And then the winners of the match go on to another round. So then it eliminates. And also then you're getting full one-on-one matches and getting the best out of superstars. Just to do a 6-pack challenge just to get one person now doesn't make logical sense to me. And it's like I said, that bugged me. The Naomi and Charlotte bugged me. Because like I said, there's other female on that roster should have a chance before Charlotte. You know, they're playing this as a wrestling organisation, right? You know, you've got to treat someone new. I know they were on Raw, but they're new to SmackDown. They've got to earn an opportunity. They can't earn an opportunity by having one match with Naomi if they beat her, get a title shot. I disagree with it. Like I said, it should have been a build-up. She should have had to go against other people on the roster work her way up for an opportunity, not get one because of her name, because that's how it came across to me. You know, it felt like the WWE booking were giving her the shot because of her dad. That's how it felt. I know after that we had Charlotte Flair beat Naomi, so Charlotte Flair's number one contender. Stupid booking. I know a lot of people have been up in arms with Primo and Epico against American Alpha, with Epico and Primo getting the victory in this match, but I actually like that. You know, they've got to expand on the tag team, and I think actually it was a right decision. I also think there's going to be another tag team coming in, because I know I really didn't cover the six-pack challenge, but you know, in the six-pack challenge we saw Sami Zayn's legs being held back by the Bollywood boys, and then Jinder Mahal managed to get the victory, which to me was a bit of a weird choice. You know, Jinder Mahal, again, who's just debuted on SmackDown. I would have rather they did the push by building him up against other opponents first. He's had one match against Mojo Rawley, and now he's got an opportunity. Sorry, I disagree with it. I would have rather seen someone like Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, or even Eric Rowan. Don't think Mojo Rawley deserves an opportunity yet. Sami Zayn doesn't deserve one yet. Just because he's had matches on Raw, I think he needs to be built up on SmackDown. But that's how I feel like it. If they're treating these two like two separate brands, then they need to book them, and you know, storyline wise, treat them as two separate bands, and treat like SmackDown is, let's say SmackDown's your TNA, Raw's WWE. You know, you need to treat it like that. At the minute, it feels like they're not. I know someone's given me an angry face because they probably disagree with what I'm saying, but it's my opinion. You know, that's my opinion on it. Actually, I quite agree with what Steve's just actually put. They could have had a women's Money in the Bank match. We haven't seen a women's Money in the Bank match, I don't think. So they could do it that way. I'm not slating Jinder Mahal as a wrestler, because I believe he is a good wrestler. I just disagree with the way they've booked it. You know, I would have rather seen Jinder Mahal go on a good run where he beats people like Dolph Ziggler, beats Luke Harper, gets quite a few victories under his belt. And then that way, if he became number one contender, the fans would be like, even though he's a heel and gets booed, but fans would be more like, do you know what, actually, he deserves this. He's got quite a good run going on, you know. That's the way it should have gone. I see people are giving me angry faces now and treating me like Josh Matthews. Oh well. Difference is I'm not the GOAT of podcasting, so you know. But no, on a seriously, it's I'm back. I'm got a very old mindset when it comes to wrestling. You know, I watched the old days of WCW, ECW, WWF. You know, and to me, you know, I say the same thing when Impact Wrestling's done it. You know, just because someone's been moved to that brand doesn't mean they automatically deserve an opportunity. Yes, Jinder Mahal should be pushed, but he should be pushed correctly. It's how I feel on it. I think he should have been built properly. He should have been, you know, like I said, get a few wins under his belts, then get his opportunity. You know, like I said, I don't agree with the six-pack challenge. But it makes me. I'm trying to think. Is there anybody on the roster that they've built to go that way? You know, where they've actually got a good winning streak and then got an opportunity, because I don't think that's been done for quite a while. I've just noticed Kenny's comment. Do you think it's a wrong decision to move Bray Wyatt to Raw? Actually, I don't. I think SmackDown could build a different heavyweight division. You know, I still think Finn Balor should have been brought down to SmackDown. Because think about it, you could have a heavyweight division that is Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Can you see where I'm going with this? You know, the more athletic wrestlers. So then it's different to Raw. And I think that's the way they should go with SmackDown with the main title. That's why I think Orton should have gone to Raw. Yeah. I agree with you, Steve, on that point. I just covered it a little bit earlier where I said if Bray wins the match, does that mean Bray's got to come back to SmackDown? I talked a little bit about that earlier. It's silly booking again. It just bugs the crap out of me. It really does. But I definitely agree with Primo and Epico getting the victory. You know, as people have seen recently, it's always been American Alpha, Usos. American Alpha, Usos. I want something different. And Primo and Epico can be a good tag team if they're used correctly. If you've not noticed, they've got different music. They're not saying about from the Caribbeans and all that. So they've fine-tuned them. As long as the Shining Stars do not get an opportunity straight away, it could be a good move. I'm not sure on Kevin Owens faces America. I want Kevin Owens to be the badass. I want him to be in there, taking people out, making names. You know, like we saw in NXT. That's the Owens I want. I want the NXT Kevin Owens. And that's what I feel they should be doing with him. You know, the face of America, he did have a very dominant match, but to me, he seems gimmicky. You know, that's what I get from that he's very gimmicky. I don't think, like I said, I don't think he should have gone against Jobber. I think it should have been someone more established. So it's more of a brutal beatdown. The main event. Now, I know a lot of people are against Baron Corbin, but I like him. I think over the time he's improved. I think he could be a top person in on SmackDown in time. But yeah, to me, he is a badass, and that's what I like about the Lone Wolf. He is a badass, and he's improved. If you look back on his NXT days, I was very 50-50 on him. I thought, you know, I wasn't sure, but now I like him. He's proved he's a legitimate badass. But I think Kevin Owens, for example, should be playing the way he played in NXT, being the badass character, beating the crap out of people and taking people out. That's the way they need to have Kevin Owens. And if they had Kevin Owens like that, imagine the Lone Wolf versus Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. Now that could be a top match. But with the way they're using Kevin Owens at the moment, not liking it. And once I'm not liking it, I'm not sure on it. I need to see how it goes over the next couple of shows. But if he's going to be the cocky, arrogant, I'm Canadian and the new face of America, cheesy angle, then nah, I'm really not going to like it. But I can never see Kevin Owens playing face. I just can't see it. I think he's too much of a good heel when he's using that bad guy gimmick where he is the SOB, he plays it amazingly. He you know, even if you go way back to the Ring of Honor days, he plays that character well. I don't think it's a bad idea to put Sami Zayn and Owens on the same show. I think Sami Zayn is another one that's been badly used by Raw. I think Sami Zayn, like I said earlier, he could be one of the top guys on SmackDown with AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, and everything else. They could use Owens like Stone Cold, but different. I think he needs to be more of the way, I don't care about anybody, I don't have friends. He's in it for himself. And then where he just beats the crap out of people. You know, even if he, let's say, he's walking backstage and someone looks at him wrongly, he beats the crap out of them. That sort of badass. That's what I think Kevin Owens needs to be. To me, the saving grace for SmackDown was the AJ Styles Baron Corbin match. On paper, it shouldn't work because they're two completely different wrestlers, but it worked. It was, to me, the best match of the show. I don't think we're going to have Kevin Owens Samoa Joe soon because of the superstar shake-up. We know we're going to have AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens soon, which I think could be an incredible match because these two have had a good match on Ring of Honor before. So I think these two could pull it off. To me, it's still kind of weird they brought Kevin Owens to SmackDown because I've said this before. I would have liked to see Kevin Owens stay on Raw and be in a tag team with Samoa and Joe. Because they're two both badasses and it added something different to their tag team division. But to me, it looks like they're trying to reinvent Owens, which I can't understand why. But, you know, when he turned on Jericho and smashed Jericho to pieces, I was like, oh my God, here we go. We're going to get the nice heel, doesn't care, beat everybody up, Owens. And then when he got drafted to SmackDown, it's like, face of him, what? Okay. That was my problem with it. I could say there were so many problems with the shake-up. I wouldn't say there's many problems with it, but I would have done it a bit differently. I'd have liked to see the club reunite and had the club on SmackDown, but, you know, that's my own opinion. But it's starting to make me think now that AJ Styles is going to start playing the good guy, especially with Baron Corbin being a heel. I think that's definitely going to be swinging that way. But it's again, we're going to have to wait for the US title match. Because of Payback, they've got Kevin Owens taking on Chris Jericho, which if Chris Jericho wins, Chris Jericho's coming to SmackDown. And then you've got the WWE title defending at Payback. So all of SmackDown's titles are defended at Payback, except for the women's and tag teams. So they can't defend them titles. So in that time gap, how are you going to make a match special? What are you going to lead up to? Because it's still a month till your pay-per-view. I do think with the Superstar shake-up, I think there was a lot of changes last minute. And I think they're starting to realise now is like, crap. Where they've messed themselves up. That's what I honestly believe. To me, I've always been positive about SmackDown. And I've always, you know, SmackDown has been a brilliant brand. Where Raw has just been poor. But this week, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to have to. Raw's been better, and Raw was average. That's how bad SmackDown was this week. I'm going to say it. People are just going to disagree with me, and I'm going to probably get hate for it, but I'm going to just be honest. I think Impact on Tuesday with their live show could be better than the WWE at the moment. Normally, I've said Impact is the second best brand, where I've classed SmackDown as number 1, Impact number 2, and Raw as number 3. I think this week, I think Impact could be number 1. SmackDown has just totally ruined themselves on that show. But that, like I said, there is going to be people that disagree with me, but that's just my opinion and the way things are going. I had no excitement with SmackDown either, like I have been having on previous weeks. There was no, oh my God, moments. There was no, damn, this is a good match. That's the problem. You know, I know people are going to say, well, WWE has the highest views. They've been around longer. They're on bigger networks. That's the difference. Yeah. Totally agree with what Steve has just said. The WWE need to give fans a voice. Yeah, they do. They do. They need to start listening to the fans again. When the WWE did listen to the fans is when they were at their best. Also, when WWE had competition. When the WCW was beating WWE and on their level, the WWE had to be better. This is why I'm hoping in time Impact can get close to WWE figures, so it makes WWE panic and be better. Because rivalries and competition make a wrestling product better. That's what I believe. I've said this for a long time. I think the WWE will be better in Triple H's hands than Vince's. But this show, yeah, it's a definite disappointment for me. I don't think NXT will ever have a TV deal. I think they want to stay as a network only. I wouldn't say it was the alliance angle when WWE started going wrong, even though it was a bad angle. I'm going to say it's when they went PG. Honestly, to me, it's when they went PG. Because I was enjoying it before they went PG, and then when they went PG, I thought, no, I'll give it a chance. And then we saw John Cena turning into what he's turned into now and everything. I'm thinking, what are they doing? Because they totally went to appeal for kids instead of wrestling fans. That's the problem. Where other products appeal to wrestling fans. That's just my opinion on it, and that's, you know, that's what I believe. Has anybody got any more questions or anything before we come off this show? Just to let people know, our past shows do go on YouTube, but they'll also be on our website. We've just upgraded everything. We're going to be having wrestling news post on our website. So we've done big upgrades. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, our show will be on iTunes as well. So then that way you can download our show onto your phone and listen when you're out and about. But I'm trying to think of a grade I could give SmackDown. I'm going to have to say D plus, because the main event was good. That's the only thing I can really say. I just don't like the way they've changed the angles. And to me, Raw was slightly better. And I don't like Raw. But, yeah. But I think that's it for this show. We will be back on Sunday, 9 p.m. We'll be back on with Impact Wrestling Review with me and Charles, talking about everything Impact. Don't forget to check out our website at slamdown.co.uk. Like I said, a lot of new things coming as well. Also, when we post our news articles, you can comment on them. You can comment on when I put the shows on there as well. One thing I'll say over again, this show is about the fans. It's the fans' view on wrestling products. And we're not here for money. We're here for opinions. And, you know, we don't work for WWE or Impact, so we can say what we like and we're honest. But like I said, we'll be back on Sunday, 9 p.m. GMT, with Impact Wrestling Review. This has been your host, Ashley Friend, and I'll see you again soon.